Recently, Jeff St. James from the Ask a Brother podcast put out a video entitled, "They're Coming for Me." I'll leave a link to the video in the description. Now, I've watched Brother Jeff on a few podcasts, and I've seen how he's generally been welcomed. To my knowledge, he's not been shouted down or talked over. He's been allowed the grace to flesh out his lines of reasoning and to get his point across without interruption. I knew from watching that the brother was on the clock. It was only a matter of time before the sisterhood would rescind that grace and hit him with the same vitriol that most men get on the daily in these spaces. In this video, I want to give this brother his flowers for the smart way that he introduced himself into the space. And then I'll talk about why the initial grace period was never going to last. If you're new here, I go by TSF. That sounds familiar. Listen, when I eat, all my people eat with me. Pull up a chair and let's get some understanding. First, there was the inevitable Kevin Samuels comparisons. I've heard them call Brother Jeff Kevin Samuels Light, Kevin Samuels 2.0, mainly because Kevin Samuels spoke in the vernacular with terms normally found in the field of counseling. So they often threw this in his face that he didn't have credentials associated with his name, something he was already forthcoming about. The difference is that Jeff St. James is indeed a licensed clinician. Oh, but that didn't stop some from initially coming for his credentials. One content creator who's slanted all the way to only pandering to women was advocating for Brother Jeff to get the same treatment that so-called Dr. Cheyenne Bryant got when it was discovered that she didn't have the credentials she led people to believe she had. I knew that initially women might be receptive to Brother Jeff because he was calm, reserved, and spoke in a non-confrontational tone. That's something for which they always attacked Kevin Samuels. They said his delivery was abrasive and needlessly harsh. They accused him of punching down on women, especially black women, for no good reason. But that was all a cop-out. The women brought up critiques about his tone and delivery to hide the fact that they were really rejecting his message and the points that he was trying to get across. And make no mistake about it, that is the same reason that they're going to come for Jeff St. James. The truth is, it doesn't matter what voice you use, how tactful you are, how non-confrontational your delivery is. Doesn't matter if you give the medicine along with sugar so it's easier to take. The end-all be-all is that the tolerance for holding women accountable has an incredibly short shelf life. Kevin Samuels used to say that women walk around with a low level of disrespect toward men in general, and the others are straight-up misandrists who want to dishonor men. He pointed out how misandry is normalized in our society today. And even though men have issues that uniquely plague us, there's no space held for those conversations that need to be had. Unfortunately, Kevin passed away before the work he wanted to do was finished. And I think a lot of people, especially women, thought the message would fall away into oblivion as the memory of him faded from our consciousness. Kevin Samuels wasn't perfect. Certainly he nor anyone else claimed that he was. But he was the perfect messenger at the time to bring men's issues into the open. Now here we are some 3 years after his passing, and content related to him still runs the algorithm even more than some people who are still living. Now, the last point I'll make about Kevin Samuels is most don't realize that he was online long before he went viral. He was trying to get men together, holding us accountable. And for as bad as they thought he talked about women, he was far tougher on us. And I expect no less from Brother Jeff. He's in a unique position with tools to get to the heart of what men need to improve. And I hope he doesn't miss that opportunity to offer practical solutions for improving. And getting back to Brother Jeff, I think he's a likely candidate to pick up the mantle and carry on the message. We'll see how this plays out going forward, but yes, they are coming for him. But he's doing something smart. The way he popped out with his platform and introduced himself to the space. First, the podcast with the two white women, and then with Pearl Davis. Then some of the other prominent panels and live streams. He's introducing himself on his own terms and controlling his own narrative. He plans to lay out his own flaws and shortcomings before others try to use them against him. And I would invite any person who's going to criticize him to spread your business online like he's volunteering to do. Talk about your most embarrassing moment online for others to critique. I don't think you got the facilities for that. Again, I'll link to that video in the description. Go and watch part 1. You might also want to subscribe so you don't miss part 2 when it drops. Now that we got some understanding, I'm about to get up through here on y'all. If you got value from this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch one of these videos next.